are famous or not, I don't care how many movies you've been in, I will not drink this Diet Dr. Pepper. It does not matter. And she was like, seriously, it's a fine drink. Just drink it. And I was like, I'm not drinking this Diet Dr. Pepper. So we got into a big fight, and Jenny was mad I didn't get her autograph, but I was like, I'm not drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. It's just ridiculous. It's very upsetting to me. So I'm selling most of the movies that have her in it. I was a big fan of her. She's attractive, but not enough to make me drink Diet Dr. Pepper. I can tell you that. It's the last time I ever go there at the beach. That's for sure. Very upsetting.
Good afternoon and welcome to OmniDog's Vault. We are live and on the air.
Really? We haven't done this in like 3 months, and you do that to me when I'm telling you this story?
It's like 6 months, and that's what you deserve.
Oh my gosh. Why are you doing this to me?
January.
Why are you doing this to me? I hope I didn't say her name on the channel. That would be super uncouth.
Well, we'll have to go back to the beginning.
I really hope I didn't say her name on the channel. So here we are.
So we're back in action. The OmniDog and TBone show. That's right. And we're actually going to review a book and talk about stuff. And yep. TMNT Volume 5.
We did it.
Yeah. And so we read Volume 4 like 6 months ago.
A decade ago, it feels like.
Said this book is getting so good now. We can't wait to read the rest of it. Ding! January 2nd happens, which is the beginning of the year for Tyler, and taxes take over. Then COVID comes and pushes the tax year, and then stimulus comes and inundates him with extra regulations.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's June 25th.
Here we are.
And here we are.
But we read it. We did read it.
We did read it.
And we're going to read the next one really quick, guys. I've got a feeling.
Yeah.
Just like I had a feeling after book 4.
But you actually, things have quieted down for you somewhat.
Yep, they have quieted down a little bit, which is great.
So we think we're not going to promise, but we're going to suggest that next week we're going to have book 6 read and we're going to review it, right?
That's the goal that we're shooting for. Don't hold us to it, but you can count that and take it to the bank.
Yeah, don't hold me to it is like Tyler's tagline.
That's accurate. That's shockingly accurate.
Yes.
But we read this. I did read it, and it was fantastic.
I agree. I agree that once we got to the meat of the story, it was fantastic.
It was.
There was a lot of, separate from the meat of the story, there was Turtles in Time, which is this new character who is a time traveler. What's her name now?
I can't remember. There was an issue in the
Renette or Renee.
Renee, I think, is at least how I've been pronouncing it.
Okay.
And she was in the last omnibus, and there was a fun time travel annual in that omnibus. And I was surprised this omnibus started out with a miniseries and not the main series. That kind of surprised me a little bit that we got this 4 or 5 issue miniseries. The name Turtles in Time is a reference to the 3rd TMNT movie where they time traveled, but also my favorite Ninja Turtles game, which is a Super Nintendo game called Turtles in Time, and it's super awesome. And everyone should pause this video, go buy the game, and play it somehow. Do it. 25-year-old system. It's totally worth it. One of my favorite games of all time. Then unpause, and we'll keep talking about the series Turtles in Time. Did you like this mini?
I did. I found it. I like her character, even though she pops in and out, and you can't really get a good feeling for her story or anything.
Yeah,
I feel like there's going to be more payoff on her in the future, so I'm willing to stick with it. I did like. They went back in time to when they were human.
That was so unexpected. I thought that was the most interesting time travel.
Yeah, and I don't want to say too much, but they went back in time to the time when they were human, and they when their rivalry with Human Shredder starts. And so I don't want to say anything to spoil it, but I thought that was a really interesting, cool turn of events and concept. So Turtles in Time, they're bopping back and forth in time. They even get aboard a pirate ship.
The pirate issue was amazing. It was so fun. One of the things I liked about this miniseries is they actually tied it into the rest of the series. Like a lot of the characters or things that happen later on in the series, in the timeline, you can look back to this little miniseries and be like, oh, that's why that happened. Like the Krang see a dinosaur and they think, oh, maybe we can do something with that. Or something that happens with the Shredder when they're alive has repercussions and almost causes some of the events, at least partially down the road. It was really fun. I thought the art was really good in this particular Ninja Turtles in the pirate arc. I thought was really, really good. I liked the inking quite a bit. It almost had like a paint pastel feel.
Yeah.
That I thought was just really fun. And then we got to the last of the story, which takes place in the future, which is always a fun comic trope to
and
hit.
And the old turtle.
Yeah, that's right. One old man Donnie.
Old man Donnie, who is telling them of the repercussions of their actions in the past.
Yeah, that was a really fun.
I liked that arc. And I like the fact that it was all there were bits and pieces that tied into the current series.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like that. As you say, there were things that they could reference and use, and that it all made sense. Now, okay. Wait. Then it goes to a Shredder issue, which was good. It says
it was interesting to me that they started with that miniseries because I feel like it was a fun miniseries, the Turtles in Time, but it wasn't super compelling because it was just like an offshoot. So there were some cool moments, but like what really made this book work for me was the main story. That's what I primarily cared about.
I agree with that 100%. Issue 38 through where do we? Oh,
so good.
Issue 38 through. Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out. It's just like 3 issues.
Yeah, it was like 41 or something.
Okay, and then
we got the introduction to one of my favorite characters from Turtles. Do you know who it is?
An introduction to one of your favorite characters?
Yep.
Well, there were a lot that were introduced.
This one right here.
Okay, wait. Okay, hold it steady.
Mondo Gecko, bro.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, he was
Mondo Gecko. Rock on. So Mondo Gecko is a great character. In the newest animated series, he was actually voiced by a former voice actor for Michelangelo. So it was cool to hear a voice that you grew up with of Michelangelo be in the new TMNT series. And he was a really fun character in that series, which made me totally love him.
Yeah, now Hob has gotten a hold of some mutagen and is amped up. He's created Mondo Gecko, and he's created
the sergeant guy. I can't remember his name. He's a crab who's got like a tank on his back, which is really funny. He's Herman the Hermit crab. That's right. and of course they would not be complete without old Pigeon Pete.
Yeah.
Poor Pigeon Pete's missing a few screws.
Yeah, he is. And who's the big turtle? Is that Slasher?
Yeah,
Slash?
that's Slash. Yeah, Slash is great.
He has gotten more intelligent.
Yeah, they injected him with the smart serum. I think that was the end of the last series, and he's like super smart now, which is really funny, and I really like his character.
I do too.
As he's almost like a gentle giant now, which is really funny.
Right. So those issues were really good, and I really like them, especially with the introduction of like Mondo Gecko and the crab pincer guy, and the Slash that gets smarter. But then, right as it gets going good, we get a Ghostbusters time.
I love your face because we haven't talked about this at all, but your face says it all, which is exactly what I felt, which was, huh?
Why is this in here in this order?
I mean, I get that they were testing out the teleportation device, and that test is what sent them to this miniseries. But I don't know, as a guy who enjoyed the Ghostbuster movies, but isn't like a huge fan of them, I just enjoyed them as a kid, and is not like a mega fan of the property, I would have expected myself to be more excited over a TMNT Ghostbusters combo, but I just kind of found it okay. Yeah. And I think that was partially because of its placement in the series. The main series was getting so good, and I wanted to know more, and we had this development of like Shredder and Splinter rather wanting to fight Shredder, and he was teaming up with the Mutanimals, and they were building this mutant army, and the Krang are working their Technodrome ways, and they're getting ready to launch an all-out attack, and like they don't know what they're going to do and who they're going to go after first, and there's a little bit of division in the family, and then it's like, oh, and now here's this miniseries. It just kind of happened. It just kind of existed.
It picks back up with issue 41 of the main series, right after that Ghostbusters weirdness, and there were all kinds of alliances formed and broken, secret ones and non-secret ones, all kinds of hidden agendas. You didn't know who to trust or what was going on, because Splinter was like dead set on meeting up with Shredder,
no matter what.
And then the other guys, because the other guys wanted to tear down the Technodrome that the Krang had all fixed up and ready to go. But Splinter was focused on Shredder for some reason, like dead set on it, wasn't going to think about the Technodrome. And it didn't get confusing, but there was a lot going on in the final issues there.
Yeah, there was a ton. And it ramps up to this giant battle, which was really fun and really good. And you finally find out whose alliances matter and whose don't matter. And then ultimately, I'm not going to spoil it if you guys haven't read it.
Yeah.
But after this final battle, there is somebody who meets their end.
And it's shocking.
And it was extremely shocking. Yeah, the art is so good.
It really is. That's why I'm holding it up.
The art in the main series especially is just phenomenal. Everything about it's good. It fits so well. It balances, like, it's a little bit cartoony, but not too cartoony. The turtles are so well done. The coloring is really good. I'm a big fan of coloring. I feel like it's so important to books, and this coloring is really top notch.
I 100% agree. That's why I'm highlighting this, because it is really clean and fun, and just really adds to the enjoyment of the story.
And so there's one panel where somebody meets their end, and it is It was hard for me to read. I was legit sad when I read this, and I was shocked, honestly, at the artwork. Like you see like a silhouette of something bad happening on the wall. If you've read it, you know exactly what it is, but you see just the shadows of it happening, and it's just wow. It is shocking to the point where, and this is getting a little ahead of ourselves, where we talk about was it compelling or not, but it was so shocking to me. I don't think I've ever done this in any comic book I've ever read, but I was immediately like, I have to know how they resolve this. So I pulled out the next book. I didn't even read. I just flipped until I saw resolution because I was so distraught and upset over what happened that I had to know.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
It truly was.
I don't blame you for doing that. It was an epic battle scene with lots of amazing artwork, kinetic energy.
Yes.
Was really off the charts because of the really fine art, and I just thought, and of course, wait, the Rhino and the Warthog.
Yeah, Bebop and Rocksteady.
Right. Well, I love their names, but they're not very good guys. But I have a feeling this could be completely wrong because we're only on book 5. But with great names like that, I feel like they're going to somehow turn out to be good guys in the end. But I don't know. It's just a wild guess. But those are such great names, and they're really cool characters, and they're just enemies right now. But I don't know. Something tells me that
you got that feeling.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see. We'll see. We'll remember that you called it here and now on this show.
Yeah. I don't know. It just does seem it seems possible. So this book definitely gets 5 stars out of 5 from me. I should take half a star off for the goofiness of Ghostbusters, but I get it because it involved, as you said, the transportation device that they needed. Mm-hmm. It just seemed weirdly placed, but I guess they had to place it there because of the transportation thing.
It definitely felt like I guess they're trying to collect. I'll give them credit. They've been trying to collect almost all of the miniseries and the spinoffs that this book has had in these runs, especially the ones that haven't been collected somewhere else. So we've gotten a lot of one-shots. So I give them credit for that.
Okay.
Because I think it's nice that we can have access to them. But at the point in which it was placed, it just so broke the flow. I felt like the structure of this book itself, from a structural standpoint, and the flow would have been better served to not put that in there at all, or to put it at the end. And especially if they didn't put that in there and replace that with main series issues, I think it would have been a better even-keeled flow, or moved it to the end. But I do respect them for at least including this material in some hardcover collected format that people can get access to who may not otherwise get to read it. So
right, and
I also deduct half a point.
And there are an awful lot of spin-offs and one shots, and they've done a good job of collecting all of those. So I don't even want to take half a star off. I don't even know if you can do that, but I think I will still give it 5 stars because I am dying to get to the next book.
Oh, so compelling. This may be the most compelling end. I think it is out of any of the books I've read because of the Turtles books, because it's just, when you read what happens at the end, you're just like, what just happened? No, how are they going to resolve this? Like, extremely compelling. If you guys haven't been reading this or you're interested, it's worth it. The series is really good. And the price, especially if you can find them on a site like In Stock Trades, you can get it at a reasonable price. I don't think you'll regret it. They look great on the shelf. They're really well made. They've got ribbons, bookmark ribbons.
Yeah.
And the series is just really fun. It's not let me down yet in 5 volumes.
And you're hearing 2 guys from the opposite ends of the spectrum talk about it. He's a super fan, and I've never read any Teenage Turtles at all in my life, and this is the first stuff I've ever read. and I'm really loving it. So I think if you're out there and you're watching this and you've never had an interest in it before, but you'd like a really well told, fun tale that's exciting and interesting, I am hard pressed to think of anything else that you can jump into. Boom, cold like this. You can't jump into anything else like X-Men or Batman or anything, but you can jump into volume 1 of this IDW thing and you're off for the next 10 volumes.
No doubt. You had the time of your life, and we owe it all to this. Oh, had the time of my... Sorry, wow. Dirty Dancing almost took me over, but I said no. No, Patrick Swayze.
I have never seen that movie.
What? Are you kidding me?
I can quote from it. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
You don't even know how good that line is, Jess. You don't deserve to quote that movie.
I never saw it. Nope, never saw it. Just like I never saw Titanic.
Well, you know how that one ends.
I know that. Yeah.
Let's be honest. Maybe 3 hours from that. I can respect a man who says no Titanic.
Yeah. Can we get a tour of your closet that has been strategically door left ajar so we can see into it? I see an awful lot of what looks like figures. This
is a huge work in progress for the office. As you can see, I've got a shelf here. This is my home office here.
Okay.
And I've actually got a much larger collection at my work office of books. This is about half my books that are here.
Oh, you have a collection of books at your office?
Yeah, I just don't have enough space here to keep them. So it's a work in progress. You'll see as we come in here, there's actually two things on the other side of the closet. I'm getting ready to put a shelf in here, but we've got the
nice.
The IDW. Here's all my power. I'm not IDW. The Boom Studios, all my Power Ranger 1 and 2 and 3s, my different versions. My Power Rangers. We've got some Gundam and a cool Lego set up there, a movie theater, some Marvel books, and then some figures here.
Oh, nice.
Some of the newer Marvel Legends that I got that I just really like. There's some.
Is that Demogoblin put together?
Yeah. Yes, Demogoblin.
How'd you get the stand? Did he? Yeah, that plastic.
It came with it.
The plastic stand came with it?
Yeah, it came with one of the figures in the wave. You didn't have it? You need to go back and check.
I just threw all the boxes away, so I know exactly where they are.
Oh, no. So there's some more books, my TMNT. And then as we come in here, this is another section here. We've got a small bookshelf here with books. Nice. And then we've got some books and figures down there. It's my X-Men books.
Nice.
And a few of my favorite X-Men figures, and then my vinyl, and then some Dragon Ball figures. That's it. It's a little work in progress still, but just recently added that shelf back there maybe 2 weeks ago. So I need about 2 more of those.
I have to go into the garbage and root through it and look for the stand, because that's going to be critical.
Yeah, that's a clutch stand.
I am having the hardest time. I hate some of these Build-A-Figures. I just cannot get the legs to pop together.
Yeah, it's really frustrating, some of them. And
I'm going to have to get my wife's air blower for her hair.
That's what I was just about to say. If you use a hair dryer, it will loosen it up some.
And do I shoot that onto the peg?
Shoot it onto the hole. Shoot onto the hole.
Okay.
And then wait, and then put it in, and then it should be good. It should be much more moldable to.
Okay.
The hair dryer works wonders for figures. It also works if you've got figures that have bent legs. I've used it to fix the legs multiple times.
Oh.
You can, if it's bent out of shape, you know, and they won't stand well, you get the hair dryer and you hold it on there for about 60 seconds. It makes it really hot and it's very bendable. So you have to be very careful, but then you move it in the spot where you want it to set and run it under cold water. Excuse me, run it under cold water and it will set it back to where you want it to be.
Okay. And here's the last question. What Spider-Man does this go on?
I think that was, let's see, I think that was the.
I don't even see a Spider-Man figure that it makes sense to go on.
I thought it was this figure right here that I didn't show it on. This Spider-Man back here. Let's move this out of the way.
The one next to Hoppy Bunny?
This one right here. I think that is oh, it was from the last bit worldwide. It was the last bit of Dan Slott's Spider-Man run, I believe. Also, these Turtles figures, speaking of Turtles, cannot recommend them enough. NECA figures from Target. They are amazing. So high quality, so good.
Well, I don't have any turtle figures. So you think it's this figure?
I think that's the one. I could be remembering wrong, but that's from my memory recollection. That's what I think.
And so I put it over him like a lady's shawl?
Yeah, that's it. If it's not that figure, that is the way that it's still meant to be done.
Well, it looks fine. That was a mystery, so I'm gonna consider it solved.
Okay. Mystery solved.
Mystery piece of plastic webbing that I thought went on Demogoblin, so.
Oh, too good. Too good.
All right, so we love this book. We highly recommend that you start reading TMNT books from IDW. And we got a tour of T-Bone's closet.
There you go. Both of them. 2 closets.
2 closets.
Love it.
And we got some relatively. We think we're going to be able to continue this. Getting Tyler to agree something is like nailing it to the wall. But we're going to give it a shot. We're going to try and be here next week with volume 6.
Jess is extremely persuasive. He's one of the most persuasive people you'll ever meet. He gets me to do all kinds of things that I can't say on camera that I never want to do that he convinces me to do all the time.
Oh my goodness. So this has been the OmniDog and T-Bone show. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We always respond to comments here on OmniDog's Vault. And until the next OmniDog and T-Bone show, we say peace and love. Peace and love. What now?
T-Bone, the T-Bone OmniDog show. Star 35.
Okay.